Good afternoon. I'm Julie Youngquist, and this is Amanda Jones, and we're with Streetwise. You're watching Streetwise live on CanTV 21. We're also streaming live on cantv.org/hotline. You can also join the conversation today by calling 312-738-1060. Again, you're on with Streetwise for the next 25 minutes. Today we'll be celebrating Streetwise vendors, all number of Streetwise vendors, as this week marks the International #Vendor-Week. But first, just a reminder about Streetwise. We started 25 years ago as a way to help homeless and those at risk of homelessness earn an income with dignity. Each day, Streetwise vendors sell our publication, earning a profit on the sale of each magazine, seeking a hand up to make their lives better. So this week, as I said, we're focusing on International Vendor Week. We're going to hear a little bit more about that, but Streetwise is part of the International Network of Street Papers, and this is one of their initiatives. And so Amanda's going to tell us a little bit more about Vendor Week and some of the things that the INSP is doing.
So February 5th through the 11th this week is the International Network of Street Papers Vendor Week. It's intended to pay tribute to street paper vendors' hard work and to challenge the perceptions of poverty and homelessness. There are over 100 newspapers around the world. I'm going to show you some infographics right now. Our global network is made up of over 100 street papers in 34 countries, published in 24 languages. There are over 9,000 vendors selling street papers at any one time. 21,000 vendors can earn an income by selling street papers each year. 2,000 volunteers support our global movement. Every month, vendors collectively earn 2.5 million euros, which is about 3.5 million US dollars. There's 24 million street papers were sold across the world in the past year. 5.5 million readers worldwide. That's a grand total of 30 million euros in the pockets of vendors every year. 42.2 million US dollars. Oops,
I mean, that's pretty impressive, and we've certainly been proud that over our 25-year history that we've had 12,000 vendors come through the door and be part of this global movement that's really making a difference in people's lives. What we want to do now is the INSP put together this really amazing video of vendors all over the world celebrating this week. So let's take a look at this video. wow, again, just so impressive to be part of this international movement that's helping so many people.
Yeah, it's really cool to see those vendors all over the world with the same kind of setup that we do at Streetwise, just doing the same thing all over the whole globe.
It's great. So today, Amanda is going to kind of lead us in celebrating the Streetwise vendors. We're going to start with an interview of Stephen Riggs. Again, you're on Streetwise Live on CAN TV 21, and we are celebrating Venderweek.
One thing I just want to mention before you leave us too, that we are having an event tomorrow downtown at the Cultural Center. You'll have the chance to experience selling Streetwise with a vendor for Venderweek. You'll meet us at 11:30 at the Cultural Center North entrance at Michigan and Randolph. You can get paired with a vendor and learn how to sell the magazine yourself, and we're going to hand out some stickers, and it's going to be a good time. So that's it.
All right.
All right, so I'm here with one of our vendors, Stephen Riggs.
How you doing? Hello everyone.
Yeah, so today we're going to hear some more about some of our vendors' voices and what it's like to be a Streetwise vendor. So Stephen, why don't you tell us what brought you to Streetwise?
Basically a honest way to earn a living within 24 hours. That was key for me. I had to be able to earn a living quick, fast, in a hurry because I was fresh out of Cook County Jail after sitting there for 6 years. So Streetwise and structure was priority on my list. So that's what actually brought me to Streetwise. A honest living within 24 hours.
And did that happen for you?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I went, when I first got out, I met with a guy named Corey.
Yeah.
Named Corey Buchanan. He's the youngest chaplain at Cook County Jail. He gave me a 7-day bus pass to get to Inspiration Corporation job readiness program, and they gave me bus passes for 4 weeks after that. With those bus passes that they gave me, I used those bus passes to go to my site to sell the magazine because while I was in the process of going to those two programs, which takes a whole lot longer than 24 hours. Within that time, I went to Streetwise. 24 hours. They gave me 15 magazines. I had bus passes to actually get back and forth to my site, and I was off and running.
That's great. Where do you sell?
I sell at Roscoe Village, Lincoln Square, and North Center. Roscoe Village, Lincoln Square, and North Center are the 3 areas that I only sell at.
Okay. Tell me what it's like being a Streetwise vendor.
It's a blessing, actually. It's actually a blessing, because a lot of homeless people are isolated. A lot of them are depressed. So as a result of selling the magazine, it forces you to interact with the public. Actually, it forces you to interact with society. So it brings a person out of their shell. I actually grew up as a stutterer. So I didn't like talking to people. I was very reserved, but as a result of selling the magazine, I found the side of me that I didn't know. I don't know, as far as a people side or interaction side, being able to engage people side of me. And I had to dig deep to do that, because it ain't, it's not an easy job, but it's a job worth doing.
Have you felt connected to the people in the neighborhood that you sell?
Oh, definitely. I just got a email from one of my customers named Kaidi. In this week's issue in the International Vendors Week, I mentioned I mentioned my youngest Streetwise customer. His name is Cyrus. Okay, so he will be coming to the Starbucks tomorrow to buy the magazine. My mom actually made a hat and blanket for him, and I was just gonna drop the magazine in the mailbox. The mother was the original customer, and she told me that she was pregnant and that she was a high risk pregnancy. So I prayed with her for the 9 months, and then there was a gap after after she actually had the baby, and I seen her walking the dog. So she immediately bought some magazines, told me where she stayed at. I dropped off the hat and the blanket. And she actually sent me some pictures. I was able to mention it in the magazine, and she said that she actually wants to come down to the Starbucks. She's gonna make a special trip down there because she's still off work for maternity leave. That's just how young Cyrus is.
Yeah.
So I call him my youngest Streetwise customer, and as a result of that, her husband has became a customer, and I'm pretty sure, because I ain't going anywhere anytime soon, Cyrus will actually be one too, once he gets of age to know what the magazine is and what money is.
Yeah. Do you think the selling the paper has brought together communities that might not have?
Oh, definitely. And now, where I see that more than anywhere is Roscoe Village.
Yeah.
I label that neighborhood just is family. It's extremely family oriented. You see whole families, mothers, father, all their kids walking to school. The kids go one way, the dad go the other way to work. I mean, it's extremely family oriented. Where, say, Lincoln Square, you got a lot of smart, brilliant people there. You got some brilliant minds in Lincoln Square, and North Center, they just understanding. They are extremely compassionate. They are, they're open to helping anybody, especially small businesses. But as far as family, as far as connecting to a whole family or having a whole family as a customer, that happens most in Roscoe Village. It's whole. If the husband don't buy it, the wife will buy it. If the wife don't buy it, she don't feel like getting out the car. She'll give $5 to her son, and he buys it on the way in to buy the coffee. So Roscoe Village is extremely family oriented, and it's a blessing, man. Just to be able to stand on their corner on a regular basis.
Wonderful. Yeah. What does it mean to you to be part of this whole international network of street papers?
It has given me a purpose. It has definitely given me a purpose because it's a way to earn money and give back at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a way to earn money, give back at the same time. It has also taught me social responsibility. Like in a passive sense, just not doing wrong. Just not stealing out the stores, not doing drugs, not selling drugs. That's a way where you can better the neighborhood, you can better the city, and then in a more say active sense, there are certain times when like we print things in the paper where it's a call to action, it's a call to justice. Say for housing, the stuff that went on with Tent City. So it has taught me social responsibility, and I believe that Streetwise is corporately social responsible in a passive and an active way.
Okay. Thank you. All right, thanks, Stephen. Is there anything else you want your customers or the public to know?
Basically, that I just love you all and Streetwise. It helps the unemployed to become self-employed.
That's it.
All right, you all have a blessed day.
Thank you, Stephen.
All right.
All right, again, you're on Streetwise Live on CAN TV 21. We are here in the studio with Vendors and Amanda Jones celebrating International Vendor Week.
Yeah.
So the next thing we want to do is kind of mix this up again with a video and maybe show the story of Alan, one of our vendors who you may be familiar with, but this is a great overview of his day-to-day experience as a vendor. So here we go.
Hey, find out what you've been missing. Get your latest up-to-date edition. Don't mind working for mine. Got a hand up, not a hand out. $2 Tuesday. Man, it's the slowest day I ever had. It gets better, so I'm not discouraged. It's just a matter of time. Regardless of whether you stop and say hi or give me a smile or buy a paper, regardless of that, then I've found when you put your best foot forward with a positive attitude, things work out for your best. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alan, and I'd like to welcome everybody to the All Vendors Streetwise meeting. I'm so glad to be among people that can understand, because I think a lot of you all been where I've been, okay? Been somewhat on the bottom, and you know, coming to the top and working for yourself is a different experience. That's my introduction. We're gonna go around the room and let everybody introduce themselves.
We are businessmen under a business that grows, encourage others to stop shaking cups, to stop selling drugs.
I get a social security check, and my Streetwise money comes for extra things that I may need.
I look upon Streetwise as a way to supplement my retirement income.
I'm a businessman, okay? Why you say that? Because I buy magazines, okay? And I sell magazines, okay? I take that money, I buy more magazines, I pay my bills, okay?
Next, all business means try to bring someone. Bring one. We're gonna fill these rooms up. So thank you all for coming. Have a great day.
Every person who walks in here to become a vendor is broke, and they're desperate, and they don't have a lot of hope, and they need a way to earn an income, and they need a way to earn an income immediately.
Thank you so much. You have a good day. You have a blessed day too.
We have vendors buy the magazine. They have to invest in themselves, invest in their business, and it is more of an entrepreneurial approach to helping people move out of the immediate crisis of poverty.
Streetwise. Hey, Streetwise.
After you sell 65 papers over a 2-week period of time, we're gonna give you this badge. By the time you get this, you'll realize that this is a profitable business.
Every vendor who comes through the organization goes through orientation, and they hear about their rights and their responsibilities. So their rights are that they have the right to sell the magazine on any public way.
Hey ladies, hey, how you doing? Hey, how about Streetwise? I'm good today, thanks. All right, have a great day.
The responsibility is that they have to wear their badge, they have to be courteous, they can't be aggressive, and they can't be drinking, and I prefer that they not be smoking.
This is how it breaks down. I pay 90 cents for it. I make $1.10 off each paper.
Okay, that's not bad. It's like me giving you 5. You're a friend. It's like a high five. You get the rest of it, right?
Hey, thank you so much. Hey, man, come back and holler at me, okay? My parents used to have these parties on the weekend, which was a lot of gambling and a lot of drinking. I would clean up after the parties, and I would experiment with the drink stuff that was left in the glasses. I think I was about 8 years old in the 3rd grade. And so that was like the beginning of my alcohol and drug career. I call it a career because it went on and on and on, all the way up until the age of 50. I've been clean 8 years. $2 Tuesday, find out what you've been missing. Get your latest up-to-date edition. I went through 3 winters in Chicago as a homeless person. I was not going to intrude onto my family members, like asking them for a place to stay, because I put myself in that position to be homeless because I chose drugs and alcohol. That was the choice that I made. Once we give you a location, all we ask you to do is be there every day. And you want to kind of like get them addicted to the magazine. That's what you're working on. Okay, thank you. I have an article up in there about the sugar tax on pop, on soda. Thank you. What's your name? Tony. The winters that I experienced, you know, I did not get warm in my body until July. So I went to the Cook County Hospital. I said, I can't take it no more. Okay, the hospital said, what's wrong? What's wrong? You feel like you're going to hurt somebody or something? I said, there's a possibility, because I said, now that's an idea. Hurt somebody and go to jail, okay? That'll get me out the cold, right? When I say something good is going to come along, it's not always financially, it's not always someone buying a paper, but just someone stopping and sharing with me is what I consider good.
All right, Alan. We should wrap that up. We're going to run out of time here because I want to talk to you in person.
Okay.
The one and only
Okay.
A. Alan.
A. Allen, not the Allen, just A.
It's A. Alan.
Okay.
So Alan is one of our field supervisors at Streetwise, which you probably know already. But Alan, tell me what we learned a little bit in this video, but in your own words, tell me what brought you to Streetwise and why you sell the paper.
Well, basically what brought me to Streetwise, it was the last house on the block. Okay, I had got sober and I was sober for like 2 years, and I want to stay sober. And in order to stay sober, I realized that I have to start doing things honestly. Okay, so Streetwise was like a way to make an honest living for me because my criminal record is what held me back, right? A lot of places would hire me and they would say, no, we can't hire you because of your criminal background.
Right.
You know, I didn't have any violent crimes on my record, but the felonies that I did have was drug related, and it held me back from working a job.
Right.
So if I wanted to make an honest living and not work a job, Streetwise was the last house on the block, and I'm so glad that I came to Streetwise because it did afford me the opportunity to make an honest living.
Wonderful. Tell me what it's like to be a Streetwise vendor.
You know, it's a wonderful experience to be a Streetwise vendor because, you know, the social network of which I encounter every day, it's people that I meet on my post selling my papers that I would not normally meet in life, in no kind of way, no kind of circumstances. Because Streetwise bring together a group of people that would not normally even socialize, okay? You know, my customers, you know, I mean, we would have never have anything in common other than Streetwise. And once I get a person interested in Streetwise and we get to talking about the magazine, then we find out that, hey, we have more in common than what we thought.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And tell me what it means to be part of this whole international network of street papers that we're in.
Man, that means so much to me because, you know, just coming to Streetwise, you know, I found a family that experienced the same thing that I experienced, you know, of being caught between a hard place and a rock, okay? Or being at your rock bottom, you know?
Right.
I meet the same people at Streetwise, the headquarters in Chicago. I meet the same people that experience some of the same things I experienced, you know, and to be able to relate to them is special. Okay, but this week, okay, International Vendors Week is even more special because we're talking about 9,000 vendors all over the world, you know, 100 different papers, 24 different languages, you know, and that's being a part of something really big, right? And, you know, I mean, this thing is not just Streetwise or not just Chicago or not just United States, but this thing is international, and it feels good to be a part of something international. It really does. It really feels good. And for us to celebrate this week, you know, International Week of Streetwise Vendors is a wonderful thing. And I'm so glad, I don't know, you didn't mention this, but Amanda created this sticker, and I want everybody to have one of these stickers. You know, come out. Yeah, that's a beautiful sticker. You can put that on your telephone, you can put that on your computer, you can put that on your refrigerator, you can put it anywhere. It's a self-adhesive once you peel off the back. But anyway, you can let people know that you are part of Streetwise and you're a part of this global, international.
Yeah, you can come down tomorrow to the Cultural Center at noon, and we're handing out stickers, or you can get them with a magazine this week too. Here we go. Is this a signing off? Thanks, Alan. It was great to talk to you.
Yeah, again, you're on CAN TV 21 with Streetwise. We're just about ready to wrap up. As always, if you need more information about Streetwise, our programs, our services, our headquarters, you can go to www.streetwise.org. And actually, with these last couple of minutes, you know, Alan was talking about how important it is to be part of a family here at Streetwise. So we wanted to take these last couple seconds to honor one of our fallen, Clifton Turner, who was a longtime Streetwise vendor who passed away last week. So
he sold in Evanston for many years. And,
and he'll be missed. So get out there, find your vendor, celebrate, give them a high five, and we will see you next week on CAN TV 21.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon.